Welcome to Raffle.
Guys, pardon the interruption, but August 29th, that's it, man. We're running out of time. It's right around the corner. We're going to be pulling the ticket to this 2025 Gas 450 Factory Edition that we loaned to Justin Barsha and rode it at Southwick. It's got 3 hours on the time meter from what he rode it and I rode it. It's signed by Justin Barsha. It includes a set of his riding gear. And there's 10 bucks at kaplancycles.com. Go get your ticket. Someone's going to win. Might as well be you. Guys, feast your eyes on the class of 1979 Yamaha Daytona Special RD400. We've had a bunch of these through the shop. I believe this is the lowest mileage, nicest one we've had yet. 6,074 miles. Came into the shop exactly 9 months ago. Purchased it from the second owner, and the bike had been sitting for a while, so we wanted to go through it and do a comprehensive frame-up restoration, and everything that needed to get done is done. I think the most prominent feature is a spectacular paint job on the motorcycle. I'll get into the details of that a little bit later. It's 11 coats of paint, including 4 coats of clear coat and the primers, but it has a brand new saddle. That's a $315 saddle. Has the gold chain. The Toomey racing pipes are very significant. Those are discontinued. You can't get those anymore. With the Toomey 2-in-1 intake, it's a spectacular machine. Brand new Dunlop TT100 tires on there. I'm going to take it for a ride, so stay tuned. The RD400F marked the end of an era. This was the last air-cooled two-stroke street bike Yamaha offered in the United States and the final iteration of the RD series. Production of the 400 spanned from 76 to 79, culminating in the F model Daytona Special. Yamaha produced under 5,000 of these, and they went out with a bang with a killer paint job and a bunch of upgrades and mods on this bike that weren't seen on the previous ones, starting with the Ram Air head that it has on it. This is a 398cc air-cooled parallel twin reed valve inducted bore and stroke of 64 by 62 millimeter. The engine has the original pistons and rings in it. No one's ever been into the engine on this bike, and it runs like brand new. The compression was raised on the Daytonas to 6.7 to 1. And of course, it had the Ram Air scoop style one-piece cylinder head, improved cooling, and also provided a little noise dampening. The chassis was increased to a 35 millimeter telescopic forks, replacing the earlier 34 millimeters, and travel increased to 5.5 inches. The frame and overall geometry were refined, but retained the sporty feel. The shocks were slightly revised. The brakes were 10.5-inch one-piece stainless steel front and rear discs, a weight reduction from the previous designs. Has the cast wheels. The braking performance was killer for the era, and it handled and just felt awesome riding this bike. Cycle Magazine dubbed it Dennis the Menace on Yokohama tires, calling it the most fun street motorcycle currently available. It had a tendency to wheelie easily, even in second gear, as you'll note in my video I'm about to do on it. The two-stroke DNA, racing DNA, is clear in this bike, and this 50cc bump up from the 350 made it more tractable. Revised gearing and the power band improved real-world reliability. 6-speed manual, reed valve, fuel induction, top speed of over 100 miles per hour, lightweight at 364 pounds, and this is widely viewed as the pinnacle of the Yamaha RD series. Stylish, refined, yet retaining the raw two-stroke fun. Typically, auction prices of these bikes range in and around $15,000 for a restored one. One just sold at Mecum this year for $22,000. Check it out online. That one actually had 1,000 miles more than this and wasn't nearly as nice as this one. The restoration work order for this bike is pretty high. This RD400F Daytona Special stands as the crowning achievement of Yamaha's RD two-stroke lineage. With its performance enhancements, improved rideability, and the striking styling, I've always loved the red and white. To me, it was the best looking RD ever made. It's celebrated as both a collectible classic and a pure two-stroke street machine. Its personality, nimble, brash, and thrilling, continues to captivate riders and collectors even decades later. So this one's a dream bike. It's an absolutely spectacular machine. Those Toomey racing pipes are unobtainium. They don't make them anymore. It's a brand new chrome set that I had purchased some time ago. I was waiting for the right one to come along. We did upgrade it to the nice gold chain. The Dunlop TT tires or TT100 tires are spectacular, and the paint job is really a work of art in itself. We took this bike right down to the frame and engine, the tank, the seat, the side panels, the entire front end, forks, wheels came off, exhaust, pegs, everything, and went on a 9-month journey gathering parts and restoring every component on the motorcycle. I want to go over the paint job specifically first because it's a pretty stunning concourse level paint job. All of the metal surfaces were stripped to bare metal. The tank, the front fender, the side panel and rear fender were sanded down. That's not metal. These are actually a plastic component. There was a ding in the tank that was repaired, and after it was stripped to bare metal and the ding was repaired, we applied a coat of etching primer and then 3 coats of urethane primer, block sanded and surface prepped it, applied 3 coats of the base color coat, which is OEM Yamaha white, installed the OEM Daytona Special decals, and then applied 4 coats of the high gloss clear coat, then wet sanded and buffed it to a show finish. So it's a total of 11 coats, 31.5 hours labor, plus $450 in supplies. It's a pretty high-end paint job. The detail shop went through the bike, and if you look closely, you can see the front wheel was cleaned and repainted. All the black was repainted. The forks, while the bike was completely dismantled, were given the 320, 600, 800 sand, and then 3 levels of rouge polish. It's about 4 hours just to do the forks alone. The forks are rebuilt with new fork seals and fork sliders. The original chrome uppers are in excellent condition. The caliper was completely rebuilt with the new brake pads on it, new brake fluid, and the master cylinder was rebuilt also. The headlight is original. The turn signals are brand new. The brake lever is brand new. The clutch lever is brand new. These are the original handlebars. The mirrors are new. Of course, the gauges are original in perfect condition, showing 6,074 miles. The fuel tank is mint on the inside, mint on the outside, ice cream paint job. So it's absolutely stunning. The seat is brand new. The rear fender has been repainted. Comes with the New England Motorcycle Museum vanity plate. This is a new rear taillight lens, and it also has 2 new rear turn signals. The rear brake system was completely rebuilt. The master cylinder was rebuilt. You can see the caliper was rebuilt. You can see it has brand new brake pads. The rear wheel, when it was off the bike, was paper blasted, polished, the aluminum, and then repainted all of the black on it. The chain is a brand new gold chain. The shocks are the original 1979 Yamaha shocks. The frame rails, every visible part of the frame from the side here was repainted. The brake lever was repainted. The pegs were repainted. The passenger peg mount was repainted. The swing arm was repainted. The frame rails were repainted. The engine case covers on both sides were repainted. The carbs were removed, completely cleaned and rebuilt. The intake boots were resealed, and it has a brand new Toomey Racing 2-in-1 air filter, which definitely adds a lot of induction noise and a lot better flow. This thing you have to work at not wheeling this thing in first and second gear. As soon as it gets to over 5,000 RPM, the front end comes right up, and this thing revs all the way to 8,500. I'm very conservative when I ride these bikes because I flipped over an RZ350 in 1988 and almost lost my leg, compound fractured my leg. That's a whole nother story. So I'm always cautious when wheeling these 2-strokes. If you look at the bottom of the engine, you'll see it's in pristine condition. No damage to the frame rails. Everything's nice and clean. The kickstand's been repainted. The pipes are a new set of new old stock Toomey racing pipes that I've had sitting on the shelf for a couple years. I don't know how many years, waiting for the right bike to come along. This bike came along. You can see the hardware for the chain adjusters is new, and there's a pretty extensive parts list. The tank was also cleaned with a vapor rust. Yeah, so the inside's as good as the outside. Has new spark plug boots, new battery. Front and rear brakes were bled, drained, new brake fluid, serviced, and rebuilt. Got the new chain on there, new brake pads. Has a new output shaft seal on the crankcase side. Let's see here. The parts list is pretty extensive. It has a brand new Yamaha battery. The seat is brand new. 2 new spark plugs, 1500 cc's of 10W40 oil, new brake fluid, new vent hose, new fuel lines, fresh VP94 fuel, the new Toomey air filter, the new gold chain, the new front Dunlop TT100 tire and rear tire, new Bel-Ray mineral 2-stroke injector oil, new spark plug, NGK plugs, full new graphics set, a new countershaft sprocket seal, new front brake pads, new rear brake pads, new exhaust clamps, 4 new blinkers, a new clutch push rod seal, new fork seals, new clutch lever, new brake lever, new cable holder, new mirrors, new taillight, new carb rebuild kit, new condenser, new points, and fresh fork oil. Sorry if some of this was redundant, but there's a lot. There's literally 6 pages here. So 25 hours of service between the jetting, tuning, carb rebuild, everything that the techs did. The detail shop put 18 hours in, and the paint shop put 31.5 hours. So the total work order came out to 74.5 hours. That doesn't include, when I do these restorations, guys, I spent 9 months coming in and out of the shop every single day and talking to the tech who was working on this, or the paint or the detail shop, whatever the parts were, and we go over what's going on. They may not have worked on it every day for the 9 months, but I can tell you, this is a conservative amount of time. When I say 74.5 hours, it's been down to detail during various stages of the restoration at least 3 times, and it's been in and out of the shop getting tuned at least 4 times until it was perfect. So it's a lot of work, and well, I'm only saying this because none of my time, not 1 second, not buying the bike, not ordering the parts, not talking to the painter or the detailers or the techs or going over the jetting or the test riding, none of that. I don't know how much time, but I love it. It's a labor of love. But this is a conservative 74.5 hours on the work order, and not half, but a lot of the stuff we did do isn't even on here. Basically, every nut and bolt on the bike has been touched or serviced. All the bulbs, all the lights, everything works exactly how it was supposed to when it was new. I might have left a few things out, but the total of the parts with the Toomey racing pipes, the intake, the tires, the chains, everything else, the total of the parts came to $3,435. So the total work order came out to $14,385 plus tax. So it's a $15,000 frame up restoration on a very low hour, 6,074 miles. So the original engine compression tested perfect. The pistons looked good. They ran a borescope in there. The pistons and rings, everything looked good. The reed valves were in good condition. So the intake in the exhaust systems are new, and the fuel system's been totally gone through, and it's got the new plugs and points and condensers, and electrics. A lot of electrics is new, but the actual engine itself is an original 6,000 mile bike that runs and looks perfect. It's never been dropped on either side. No evidence of the bike being dropped or abused. It was owned by an adult. It's got 6,000 miles on it, and it's as nice of an RD as I've seen come down the pike in a long time. If you look at the original switch housings here, here's a hallmark. This is original, untouched. There's been no painting of anything up here. It looks brand new. The gauges look pristine. The switch housings on this side, usually they're all scuffed up and paint missing and messed up. These are the original bars, and you know what? These are the original handlebar grips. I'm 100% positive these are the original handlebar grips. There's another hallmark, and these are the original pegs. Okay, so original shifter, original passenger pegs. The wear points where you'd normally see abuse. The original shocks, obviously, almost all the cycle parts on the bike are original except for the pipe and all the consumables, the tires and chain. But the fenders, the core of the bike is all original. Still has the original reflectors on the frame rails. I've had a lot of RDs come through the shop over the year. This one's on the podium for sure as one of the 3 finest ones. we've ever had come through. It runs perfect, it looks perfect, and it sounds perfect. So if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it must be a duck. So good luck finding a nicer one. This one is a labor of love. I mean, you can make a baby faster than it took to do this one. I mean, it was a 9-month project. So, and it was pretty damn nice and straight when it came in. But the thing is, when you restore a 46-year-old motorcycle, 45-year-old motorcycle like this, once you polish the forks and paint the wheels and paint the tank, every component on the bike has to be gone over. The patina has to be consistent all the way through. Otherwise, it looks funny. You can see the original paint is on the frame here, showing the original Yamaha decal. Can you see that in there, in this angle? Original EPA decal, the original frame decals on there. So really super cool, classic. The original fork tubes, the chrome looks really good on the original fork tubes. There's one little tiny pit right up here. It's barely noticeable. That won't affect it at all. And the bike's an absolutely beautiful piece. If you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Ship anywhere in the country for you. We do offer financing in the house, and we do take trades, but there's a $15,000 work order, and we paid up for a 6,000-mile original, so we can't give this one away. But whoever gets it, you're getting a spectacular piece of moto history, the last RD ever made in the United States of America, and the pinnacle of the RD design. Thanks for watching. God bless America.